Welcome to the Warframe Weapon Encyclopedia, where today we're checking out the dual Skana. You can get the blueprint for the dual Skana from the market, and the weapon is remarkably easy to make. You're just gonna need some Morphics, few polymer bundles, some ferrite, and a few alloy plates. The dual Skana are a pair of dual swords, unsurprisingly, that don't have a mastery rank requirement, so everyone can get them. They do primarily slash damage with only a little bit of impact and puncture on the side. They are relatively slow with very low crit, though they have decent status. When it comes to the build, you want to start out with something like this. Just put on some damage with pressure point, a little bit of attack speed with fury, then some 90% elementals for damage, and if you want to, you can put on melee prowess for a little bit of extra status as well. I would highly recommend you go with corrosive and heat for this basic setup, because running viral with 90% elementals is not necessarily great, because the ratio of viral and slash is not gonna be amazing. So just stick to corrosive and heat until you get dual stat mods. This setup is going to give you more than enough damage to make it through pretty much the entire star chart, including some fissure missions, maybe even some early nightmare missions, but it's not going to feel particularly great towards the end of it, and it's also rather slow. Now, if for whatever reason you want to squeeze a little bit more out of your dual Skana, I would recommend a setup like this, where basically you just go all in on status, running condition overload for the scaling damage based on the status on the enemy, some attack speed with berserker fury, and then just a ton of status with drifting contact, weeping wounds, and 4 dual stat mods. This is one of the few weapons where I run viral and heat, and then I balance out slash with Carni's mandible on top of weeping wounds. It just works really well for this particular weapon, mainly because it just doesn't have any crit, so you have far more mod space available. Now this setup, believe it or not, can actually push this weapon into sorties. Now it's not going to be amazing, and it's going to struggle a lot in sortie 3, but sortie 1 and 2 are going to be just fine. This weapon is just a great example of how bloody strong the dual sword weapon class actually is. Yes, you do need some fancy mods for it, and if you're a newer player, you're not gonna get these mods for quite some time, but if you do have them, and you, for whatever reason, want to squeeze the absolute maximum out of your dual Skana, it can actually do some decent damage. Okay, so if you're not a new player, there's no reason for you to get this, unless you have an insane Riven, I suppose, because the dual Skana does have perfect Riven disposition. But if you're a newer player that's looking for a decent melee weapon to take them through the star chart and maybe a little bit further once you get some more advanced mods, this is definitely a great weapon to pick up. It's strong, it's cheap, and it will also let you know whether or not you want to invest into some other stronger dual sword weapons. And that's pretty much it, so I thank you very much for watching as always, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.